preparations, none of us were fully prepared for the amount of driving this trip was going to take. It all began at Boise State University. We gathered our things and headed south, down I-5 into California. We all began as strangers, but the 14-hour drive is just what we needed to get to know each other. To get to our destination, we were set to travel over 1,000 miles in an 18-passenger van into the land of opportunity. We needed to trek through a desolate wasteland in hopes of finding paradise. This is not the first time Boise State has set up a surf safari. On this trip, there were 11 surfing students trying to unwind during spring break. We all had dreams of catching the perfect wave, but we were slapped in the face with the wave of reality. We finally arrived in California, but to our surprise, the weather was not as perfect as we had hoped.
Have I ever been surfing before? Yes. It's from Sexy. Dane is a really good teacher. He's good at surfing.
My experience has been with schools from outside of the state of California. There's a lot more appreciation for what's going on and a lot more openness to the experience, where I guess kids from California just feel like they know this stuff already and they don't want to be preached at about it, I guess.
Gonna go find some starfish or some seashells.
It's a big trip. Good participants, people that are stoked, that just want to have a good time, enjoy the surf for all that it can offer, and just open to the possibilities. Sometimes you get participants on a trip that for whatever reason aren't there to have a good time. I don't know why they come, but they can really throw the mojo of a group off.
You'd be amazed at what you find in one of these, you know? We got little polyps. Maybe we could fry and eat them. We got some sticky seaweed with lots of flies. Deliciousness. Oh! What do we have here? More seaweed.
I am a freshman at Boise State University. It's fun. This is not the first time I've been surfing all around the world. Tahiti, Hawaii. This is my first time in California though. Not too pleased with the weather, but hopefully the surf gods will grace us tomorrow. Oh, today's just not very good. It's windy. We got breaks all the way out. It's not a good day to surf. It's almost impossible to get out.
The wind did not dampen our spirits. We traveled a great distance and nothing could keep us from having a bitchin' time. Our lessons on land were very brief. Dane, our surf instructor from San Diego University, decided the best way to learn was by our mistakes. Dane's training philosophy was simple. He believed advanced techniques were only mastering the basics. His modified surf boot camp consisted of reading the waves, paddling in the surf, popping up on the board, balance, and most importantly for us, how to fall. There were several of us with a solid background in surfing, but there were a few who had never ridden a wave. This was our first time in the water together. In these waves, all of our experience was matched. Several students were successful, but there was one mistake we all made at least once. It is what the surfing world calls falling.
Well, it's like 9:30. Here to go surfing. There's quite a few people here, but hopefully I don't kill anybody.
The waves were packed. Everyone knew that the surf was perfect. We spent quite a while looking for a spot for amateurs. By the second day, we were all pretty comfortable with each other. We slept in a state campground near the beach. At night, we listened to each other play guitar and ate our fair share of mac and cheese, hot dogs, as well as s'mores. For beginners, the campgrounds were a bit rough, but for the rest of us, it was a needed vacation from school.
Awesome. This is our first trip together. Long trip together.
It's a great trip. can't ask for better than surfing in Southern California.
It is my first time camping. I'm from Montana and yet I have never camped. It's okay, except all my stuff is really dirty because we don't have tent or floors on our tents. Last night was a little rough. The wind's blowing like 40 miles an hour, but it's okay so far. Not sure that I would necessarily do it again. It's one of those things you do and say you did it. Hopefully in the next couple days I'll get better at it.
Not all the surf students advanced their skills. 4 days was just not enough time. It soon turned from a surf safari to a sun safari when our surf instructor Dane left us. We no longer received training. So, we turned to lounging and bocce ball. As the day progressed, those who were catching waves inspired some of us to follow suit. Our feelings shifted from a desire to progress our surfing abilities to just enjoying our time playing in the surf.
Oh, I love the trip so far. It's about as good as one of those no bad days jobs, you know, where it's like, even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. So here we are. See, advanced seat on the beach. It's right here. You only find this from Idaho. When you bring Idaho to the beach, this is what comes with it.
Yeah, today was amazing. Actually, I got like 2 waves. It was fun.
Kesuke, an international exchange student from Japan, and Tanner, a triathlete from BSU, were a tag team in the waves. Out of the class, they were the most determined. As our trip progressed, there was more activity in the surf. From shore, we were able to see a wide variety of surfing styles. People were kiteboarding, paddle surfing, boogie boarding, or just having a good time enjoying the surf. The waves looked timid from shore, but in the thick of things it got a bit dangerous. Unfortunately for one of our surf mates, Kylie, tragedy struck. After catching a wave, she rode into shore. In the shallows, she jumped off her board and mistook a giant shell for soft sand.
At least it happened as I was like totally caught a wave, sort of stood up, couple times. Glorious.
The wound was minor, but it gave her just enough excuse to chill out on the couch for the rest of the time. Keeping things sanitary with all the sand was a bit difficult. Luckily for Kylie, the injury was minor, and it allowed us all to enjoy our final day on the beach. Spending a week in San Clemente, California surfing was definitely not an average spring break for us. We achieved what we set out to do, escape the daily grind. We will never forget waking up early, throwing on our cold, sand-encrusted wetsuits, and running out to be pummeled by waves day after day. After our last full day of surfing, we relaxed, but we couldn't keep from thinking of the long trip back. We had one more night to sleep in the desert. We did not spend enough time in the sun that day to account for the frigid night. 4 days gave us just enough time to look forward to sleeping in our own beds.